Alright, just finished up the paint job and everything came out really nice. Decided to go with the Rust-Oleum semi-gloss black. And by no means is it perfect, but it really comes together after you throw a coat of paint on it. I wanted to buy new chains, but I was too cheap to buy them. I was trying to keep this kind of budget friendly, so just painted the old chains. Decided to roll the paint on as opposed to spraying it on there, and we got the corners with a brush. And it came out pretty well. Of course, this is springtime and there's a lot of pollen in the air, so there are some imperfections. You could also see, the mill scale if you look hard enough, which I didn't really do a whole lot of time prepping it. I'm not trying to make it look like a car, just trying to make it look nice as I can for the amount of effort that I'm willing to put into it. Also, repack the bearings. I took a look at the bearings. Everything seemed to be good. Couldn't justify buying new ones if the old ones were fine. Reused the same dust caps. So axles are good to go. Now got to put the new tires on, got to put the fenders on, which these fenders, which are the original fenders, they were galvanized. They were galvanized, but we decided to paint over them because I think black fenders look nicer than crummy galvanized color. So that's it. Next time you see this, tires will be on and the lights will be on and it'll be all wired up, and then we got to go to the scale, weigh it, and go to the DMV and see if we can get it registered. Alright, and here we are on the home stretch. I have the fenders mounted. Everything looks good. I got the tires temporarily mounted. They're only on there with 2 lugs now. I have all the lights installed. What I'm working on now is just wiring. So I really like how that came out, and I love that I have reverse lights, because you don't really see trailers with reverse lights. Something I want to talk about real quick is I decided to do 2 running lights, which they're just amber lights. It's really important to me that I have running lights on my fenders like that, because when you're driving down some of these roads by me, they're pretty narrow, and at night with black fenders, and if I were not to have any lights, it would be hazardous to say the least. So the way I decided to mount these is I drilled holes in the housing of the lights, and I put a rivet here, a rivet there. I took a piece of aluminum. Originally it was at a 90-degree angle. I put 3 rivets in the fender, so this won't rust or anything that's aluminum. And then I just simply bent it back, so I was happy how they came out. I didn't really want to weld anything onto the fender. I didn't want to do anything super permanent, so never underestimate the value of rivets. These are drilled onto the frame with self-tappers, and when I eventually do put decking in here, I'm just going to have to cut the tips of those screws off. So yeah, just wiring right now, and it may seem pretty chaotic, which it really isn't. I mean, this stuff's pretty straightforward. Drew a diagram of what I have planned out here. So this is a 7-pin connector. It's labeled with numbers as well as colors, so these are the ones that are important to me. I believe number 4 is also a 12-volt constant positive. Number 2, I forget what number 2 is. What is number 2? Number 2. Number 2 is for brakes. So these colors correspond to the color of wires that come out of the taillights, and then I also have labeled their function, so I just need to match this function with this function on the taillights, which that's really simple. And yeah, and then we should be on our way. And I just need to install the 7-pin connector, put some loom on the whole thing, and we'll secure it in the undercarriage, because I want to make sure these connections last a long time. I'm doing heat shrink tubing, and I'm going to solder all my connections as well. So let me get going. Alright, I have everything temporarily wired up, well, semi-permanently rather. I have everything still exposed just in case I need to fix anything. There's always a bit of pressure when you wire things up, and you really hope they go right the first time. So let's see. Turn on my hazards too. What are we gonna get? I see running lights. Okay, that one's out. I see flashing in the back though. That ID bar, I don't expect to work yet because I need to hook up a grounding wire to the actual frame. But good news, tail lights work, or the running lights on this side. That one's good, that one's good. So I think I have one bad one, which the kit came with 5, so I'm lucky in that aspect. Let's check. Let's shut the lights off and check our left signal. Wow, that thing is bright. Very bright. Okay, that's good. Check the right one. I'm gonna turn the running lights back on. I forgot to test if the license plate light feature was working. And they are. Perfect. Right signal. There is one other thing I want to check, but I gotta shut the truck off for this. I want to see if those reverse lights end up working. Okay, so truck off, emergency brake on, turn the key into the on position. One more. Well, I gotta hit the brake first, of course. Okay, truck is not rolling. Reverse lights on the truck are on. Let's see what we got. Yeah. I love that. You ask me, that is badass. Alright. We are in good shape. I just had to replace that light, and I need to wire up a ground and put some loom on this, and then I'm done. Alright, so I got the homemade trailer all finished up. I have my license plate and 2018 registration, so I'm very happy about that. It wasn't too bad. The worst part about the whole process was going down to the DMV and waiting 4 hours in line. So what you need to do in order to register a homemade trailer, you need 5 things. You need a tax exemption form, or something saying, you know, hey, this is homemade, I didn't buy it from anyone, I don't need to pay taxes, or I already paid my taxes on materials. You need a weight ticket. You need to prove the weight of your trailer. You need sales receipts, proof of all the purchases you made to build the trailer. You need an application for a VIN number, and you also need an application for registration. So total weight of the trailer is 680 pounds as it stands right now. I registered it for 2,500, and because it's under 1,000 pounds, it does not have a title. The registration is the proof of ownership, and because it's under 1,000 pounds, I don't need brakes, which doesn't have brakes. But if I wanted to put brakes on it, I could, but towing this thing down the road, it feels literally like a feather. So I think if I put brakes on there, I'd probably be locking up the tires more than anything. So total cost, it was $53 for DMV fees to get my plate, to get the registration, which isn't too bad. I thought it was going to be like $100, and then it was another $6 to inspect it. So that's pretty much it. What I plan to do now is I'm looking around right now trying to find some free decking. I'm kind of looking for old decks that people are taking down and, you know, are looking to get rid of their pressure treated material that's still in somewhat decent shape, because I don't really want to spend $150 on new pressure treated decking. But if I can't find anything in the next couple weeks, then I'm probably going to have to do that. Just trying to keep the overall cost of the trailer down low. So total investment in the trailer right now is about $560. And I think if I wanted to go and sell this right now, I think I could get $1,000 for it. And I say that because that's a little bit higher than what these used trailers are going for, but this is a 6x12, and this thing is built heavy duty. It's built with pride. It's, you know, it's not like those little cheap crappy trailers that you get down from Tractor Supply that just have like pieces of angle. I mean, this is 2x4 steel. This is like 3x4 for your main piece of the tongue there. So I mean, this thing is really robustly built, and it's just a good quality trailer, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe for more.